Hi Leos, this is going to be a timeless reading for you guys. You can apply it to your sun, moon, rising, Venus, north nodes, south nodes, stellium, and really any other dominant placement in your chart. This is going to be a general reading, basically what you need to hear. I'm going to break it down into 3 sections, so just general advice, and then love, and career and finance. So I'm just gonna get started with my Surrender Oracle deck. I felt called to use that, and although this is a timeless reading, we did just have the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra basically last night as I'm recording this. So whenever you're seeing this, whether it's in March or later on, take it as an opportunity to reflect on what you need to let go of at this time, or what could be coming up that you find yourself having a hard time letting go of. So patterns that you continue to fall into, or things you continue to go back to, or things you thought you overcame and then the habit creeps back in. So there's also going to be a Mercury retrograde in Aries coming up, but yeah, for some reason habits feel really important for you guys, so that might come up with the cards. Let's pull them now. Just a few Surrender Oracle cards, Spirit. This is going to be for Leo placements. What do they need to hear at this time? Whoa, way too many cards. Okay, half the deck like flying out. Goodness, what's going on, Leos? I love how both cards you guys got are like bright golden yellow, very representative of your sign. But you got Surrender to Play and Surrender Fear. Surrender to Play says take a break from overthinking a goal, do something fun, play as a time of recreation and rejuvenation. And then Surrender Fear says let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself, stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. So immediately I'm just thinking you guys could be really stressed. I'm getting this like, I don't know, adulting blues kind of vibes from you guys. So you guys could be stressed about your responsibilities, you could be stressed about your finances, and it really just feels like it's the burdens of being older. There could be a need to kind of tend to your inner child at this time, especially with the take a break from overthinking a goal. I think that you're almost being reminded that you are going to be provided for, that everything is going to work itself out. So if you're like, oh no, I need to like only focus on this thing so I can work it out, that is only creating more stress than anything. So try to take a step back, shift your energy, focus on something else, and don't allow your fears to consume you. Yes, we have responsibilities. Yes, certain things can become even more stressful if they pile up, but if we don't have, like, say, the resources or the solution that we need, it's always better to try to, whether it's like pull back from the situation or shift your energy, shift your perspective, change your scenery so that you can find the solution. You know what I mean? I think ruminating on it typically just does more harm than good. But let's see, I'm gonna pull one more card. I also think that a lot of you guys just need to find better work-life balance. You could overwork yourselves a lot, so it does feel like this has to do with scarcity mindset. You could also kind of have a tendency to do things in extremes, so it's like you're overworking yourself, or you're working a lot, and then say like you are spending a lot, and so it's the constant like game of catch up, or like this back and forth, highs and lows. So keep that in mind as well. To establish better habits, discipline, moderation, I think that those things will help you to find more balance in like work versus play, and like not falling into those extremes basically. What else does Leos need to surrender? So you have Surrender to Spirit. So definitely saying like there's a need to trust. It says once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. So for some of you who are like, when is this gonna happen? Like, I need this to happen now. Spirit is really just saying like, chill. I need you to trust me. I got it handled, you know? So I do think that you guys need to kind of like ease up on whatever it is you're stressed about, whatever it is that you're allowing to consume a lot of your energy and mental space. Go like chill. Go take a break. Go like take a bath or do something that's gonna be relaxing. Cook a nice meal, go for a walk, treat yourself to a night out to eat or something. But you have surrender to rest and sleep here, and it says to prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So you guys really want to avoid burnout with me saying that you are currently kind of functioning at extremes. One thing I also want to say with this surrender to play and fear, some of you guys might not really enjoy what you do for work, or it could just be something that you feel adds more stress than anything. Like, you're going to work, you're stressed, you're going home, you're bringing your work home, or you're thinking about work constantly. I think some of you guys may need to consider a career change, whether it is doing something that is like easier. And when I say easier, because I immediately think of how a lot of Leos have a stigma around like being lazy, or like have a fear of being perceived as lazy, or, you know, not working hard, or just like the ego that's associated with Leo placements. But at the same time, one thing Leos should know is they're supposed to do something that feels like play, feels good to them, and feels like a calling, or just it feels inspiring to them, especially that allows them to inspire others, whether it's like connecting with others or sharing their talents or their gifts or their ideas or their point of view with others. I feel like you guys need to be doing something that excites you, not stresses you out, gives you anxiety, or drains you every day. That is actually draining your light, you know, draining your vitality, and all of the energy that you have to give is being sucked away into that negative energy. So I feel like you guys may need to ask yourself if your environment is giving you room to play, is giving you room to experiment. Like, when I think of play, I also think of experimenting, because with that surrender fear, it makes me think of you being afraid to like move on or do something different. I'm thinking of when people say work smarter, not harder, because I feel like you guys are currently working hard and you're not really giving yourself enough time to pull back and say, what else could I be doing? Or how else could I be even approaching the goal that you have? So say if you're like, no, I don't want to change career paths or anything like that, then I think it's just about changing how you're currently approaching your goals, because some of you guys have a habit of getting stuck, your fixed sign. So getting stuck doing the same thing, not always recognizing when it's not working anymore. I think it's definitely about you guys learning how to work smarter, not harder, and like preserve your energy, you know, use your energy more efficiently so that you have more of it in the long run, so that you can put it toward other things as well. So say this is like you guys being drained at work, but you have a like passion projects or other goals. There's a need for you to better manage your energy. But this could also just be your career in general, like it taking time away from family or friends or your love life or traveling or whatever else you guys want to be doing. I also want to say, for a lot of you, I am sensing you guys feeling like you need something or you need to accomplish something. There could be certain delays that take place as well to kind of make you realize like, hey, you don't need that thing right now. Like, you've been conditioned to fear going without or fear not having what you need, and so scarcity mindset has made you believe that you need to focus all your energy on that thing, but spirit's almost delaying the thing to show you like, look, you're surviving without it. And so keep that in mind as well. But let's move on to love and relationships for you, Leo. What does Leo need to hear in regards to love and relationships? Whoa. How funny. This message is stalking you guys. You have integrity. Whoa. Why do all the cards keep falling for you guys? What's going on with you guys' energy, Leo? Another card fell out upright with that whole deck, so I'll pull that one out. But the first card you got was integrity. Does the situation align with your values and morals? So whoever you're dealing with, whoever you're entertaining, make sure that they're in alignment with your values and morals. I keep seeing 333 on the time. I was seeing it earlier for you guys too. So authenticity and like how you're showing up, like how you want to represent yourself, that's going to be very important. Thinking about like what you need to be doing to feel like you're better in alignment, you know, whether it's with your values or with your career or your purpose, you know. It feels like that's important with that 333. I just always think of threes as interconnectivity. So you showing up and like connecting with other people, but also considering what you have to offer, what you want to share with the world as well. But with integrity, does the situation align with your values and morals? This is about romantic relationships. So what's funny is when I think of the threes, going back to that, you may need to recognize where you're entertaining people who aren't really in your league, or just don't have the same values, don't have the same intentions as you. So keep that in mind. And I think that also you should maybe look to people who are within your industry or within your like world, because that could be an issue for some of you as well. You guys have big personalities. You are very ambitious typically as fire signs. So you need someone who is going to be able to keep up with you and isn't going to be like threatened or intimidated by what it is that you require from your life, you know? So you guys having certain standards or certain things that you need in your life to keep you like satisfied, to keep you stimulated, you're constantly going to be like seeking out new experiences and opportunities. And so I don't know, certain people in your life could try to hold you back or, you know, be threatened by that, and so it wouldn't work out. So just keep that in mind. What I wanted to say earlier is that you have the play hard card after you got surrender to play. So play hard was the next card that came out, and it says find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Again, this is regarding romance, but going back to like you want people who can keep up with you. The play hard makes me think, make people work for it, you know what I mean? Really make sure people are like taking you out on dates and courting you, and also that those dates are up to your standards. Someone being able to financially provide, you know, and not, because I feel like so many of you are very independent, it's not like you need them to provide everything. It's just like someone who's gonna take initiative and plan things and take care of the payment. You want someone who's gonna be able to do those things, because Leo, you're typically the person who's willing to do those things. So you need someone who can match your energy. A lot of this feels like it's telling you what you should be looking for. So some of you guys have been looking in the wrong places or settling for the wrong people. So keep that in mind. Certain things haven't worked out for that reason. You're being encouraged to raise your standards for sure. Obstacles is here. It says unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. So this could have to do with like your self-worth or just certain things that you have struggled with due to past relationships and just possibly even other experiences, whether with family, friends. I'm hearing rejection. So it could be like a fear of rejection, but for some of you, there's a need for you to recognize your worth so that you're setting the tone for what you need in a relationship and you're not letting the other person lead, if that makes sense. You want them to lead, but you also want to have a sense of where you're willing to go. So with this unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement, it's funny that it's talking about forward movement or progression in that sense, and the card is obstacles, because it feels like until you can gain a sense of confidence that's going to allow you to be more like assertive and direct with your boundaries and your expectations and everything, there isn't going to be forward movement. Not to say again that you have to lead, but that it's not going to go anywhere if you don't really know what it is that you want. With me saying like the other person leading, it makes me think of like kind of taking what you can get. So if someone reaches out to you or asks you out on a date or shows interest, you're suddenly receptive to it rather than, you know, being more choosy. So keep that in mind. It feels like you guys just need to be picky and recognize that the right person, it's just gonna make sense, it's gonna click. You're not gonna have to like force it, you're not gonna miss it, you're not gonna overlook the person. So if you're like entertaining people because you're like, is this the one, is this the one, you'll know when the one comes along. And then I don't know if I read acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. So again, certain things haven't worked out for a reason. The certain delays are taking place for a reason. So understand that. Let's move on to career and finance. I'm using my creativity oracle deck. That was Messages of Love Oracle. I think I mentioned that as well. So creativity oracle deck, Spirit, this is going to be for Leo. Whoa, okay. It's kind of a lot of cards. The first one that fell out is seed. Having the intention to grow like a seed and bloom is at the heart of creativity. I immediately, why am I hearing that reference? I don't know if that specific show is relevant. I don't know if you guys have seen Inventing Anna. There's a scene where she's like, I'm building something. And I just heard that for you guys. So Inventing Anna, it's on Netflix. Really hilarious. But with seed, that's what I was hearing. I'm building something. So in that scene, there have been obstacles that she's facing, or, you know, someone's trying to get in the way of her doing that. And so that could be the case here. I was hearing Rome wasn't built in a day, but then I'm also hearing it takes a village. And so I feel like if Rome wasn't built in a day, Rome was probably also not built with one person. You know what I mean? So that to me just makes me feel like you're being reminded to consider where you need to adjust your environment or even certain relationships in your life, and assess who is going to help you build and who isn't. This could definitely be about collaborations and partnerships and who you guys can work with. For some of you, what I'm hearing is that with a seed, something is already like in the process of growing. There could already be some kind of partnership or relationship that is very fruitful and is going to grow into something. But the next card is timing, and it says, if you are in the creative flow, you feel everything flowing together in divine order. So this to me just feels like trust in divine timing, you know, be in flow. Don't worry about when this is going to happen. So going back to your original message, don't worry about that. When you're in flow, you'll trust that, okay, like I did the work there. Because remember, you got the spirit card. Do everything you can to achieve a goal and then turn the rest over to spirit, because you have to be willing to take a step back. It's not a proper use of your energy when you're constantly obsessing about the results of one thing. You have to recognize, like, you guys are ruled by the sun. You have like so much endless potential. So you want to be utilizing your energy better so you can be all of the things that you're meant to be. Leos, you have the potential to be entrepreneurs. You have the potential to be business owners. You have the potential to be influencers or moguls or whatever else, you know, like it's really possible for you. But you have to know how to delegate and know how to pivot and shift your energy to different things. And, you know, timing. The card is literally timing. So it just feels like it's so important to utilize timing better, you know, whether it's the time in your day, knowing how to multitask, Pomodoro. There's so many different time management techniques. So time management feels important for you guys too, because earlier you got like surrender to rest. I was saying work-life balance. So it more so just feels like you guys are obsessing or just not in flow, not surrendering. So the next card is trust. And it says, trust that you were born a creative being and have never stopped being one. So I love that this is the Creativity Oracle deck. This card is saying if you are in the creative flow, you feel everything flowing in divine order. And then this is saying trust that you were born a creative being, you never stopped being one. So a lot of you guys could feel like you're also having like creative blocks. Earlier I was saying you guys might not actually enjoy your work, or it could actually be causing a lot of stress, and you want to change directions because you want to do something that you actually enjoy and feel inspired by. Maybe you once did enjoy it, so you need to take a step back because these creative blocks are actually burnout. Whether you need to change your schedule, you know, like your work hours, or reassess the services you offer, or get an assistant, or whatever. But for a lot of you, it's going to be different things. But it just feels like to get back to yourself and to recognize like, no, you're still the shit. You still have so much creativity and potential. It's just like lying dormant underneath all of this other stuff that you've prioritized, you know, like being an adult and being responsible and paying bills and whatever else, taxes. You guys just have to make space for your inner child, make room to just kind of be. I'm hearing that quote, creative people need time to sit around and do nothing. And so make that time for yourself. You have to consciously and intentionally do so. You can't just like work, show up for everybody else, and then think that you're gonna at some point have time for yourself and for your goals. You're not. So you have to start carving out that time, and know that once you start to kind of just like vibe, and whether it's like you spending time in solitude, or like going on a hike, or even like, you don't always have to be in solitude, but you can like go and spend time with friends, do an activity, take a pottery class or something. Just doing other things that are going to get your mind off of work and put you in that creative space is eventually going to help those like creative ideas flow and just help it feel very natural to you. And that's when people say like, when you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work, although it does. So next card is Muse. Seek out or act as a positive, inspiring, and helpful muse to another's creativity. So working with people is going to be good for you. Collaborating with people, seeing how you can be useful to people, like showing up for other people so that they can do the same for you, is going to be very important. Building those organic relationships, that's what's going to help you really take things off, you know, is having that support behind what you're doing, because you know, people know that you're reliable, people know that you, hey, they were the ones there for me. And so be a muse and find muses as well. Like a muse to me is also something that one can have as a source of inspiration for whatever medium that they work with. So if you're an artist or a writer or a dancer, you know, find a muse, or like finding a person who inspires you creatively, and spending more time with them and working with them will also be helpful. So a lot of you guys, it feels like you're really being encouraged to either take some time away from work and put yourself in like more creative, inspiring environments, or make your work that environment. So yeah. And then the last card is capable. You can deal successfully with whatever challenges and circumstances arise. So you are capable. So there's just a need to know that. For some of you, I do sense just a lot of self-doubt and almost just feeling like you don't have what it takes to accomplish something or to create the life that you've always seen for yourself, but you do. But you have to be willing to let go of what is familiar and try something different. The experimentation. Experiments don't always work. So that's the tricky thing, is like you may have to scrap it and try something else. But for some of you, it does feel like it's worth it to seek out that joy, to seek out what your heart is calling you to do, because it really does feel like a pull. A lot of you guys can feel toward like going after a specific thing, or moving to a specific place, or quitting your job or something like that. But One thing I will say is right now is about you. Prioritize joy, like put yourself first in everything that you do, basically, and give yourself grace. You know, I think that you set the tone for your self-care and like how you measure your self-worth as it pertains to like your performance and your productivity. And so the more that you do pull back, slow down, and take those breaks and take those moments to just do a little self-care, you're gonna start to really affirm like that you deserve those things and that they're normalized and that they're just meant to be a part of your everyday life and your relationships, and then they will be. So I really love that for you. I'm gonna leave it there, Leo. If you enjoyed this reading, please comment below. I would love the engagement. Feel free to share the video with other Leos that you know. Like, subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna be posting more videos like this throughout the weeks. So talk to you guys later. Take care. See ya.